Hi, welcome back to another episode of Christian Misconceptions. I'm excited about this series actually, even though I'm soon going to be rounding up, but I feel I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I don't know if you've been coming with me all this while. Are you enjoying this series? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know how far this series has been coming for you, and what is the one that has struck you the most. Which one have you been able to correlate, or you have been able to relate with the most? Let me know. So today I'm here with another Christian misconception, and this one is mostly like a statement that some people make, and I just want to correct the notion, because sometimes some statements we make can be out of ignorance. Yeah, basically out of ignorance, and we are not saying it from a heart of I don't care, but sometimes you don't know that what you are saying is not representing who you really are or who you really should be. So what is this statement? Have you heard people talk about how I'm a Christian, but I don't need to carry the Christian flag everywhere I go. I don't need to be too loud or too vocal about it. God sees my heart and he alone knows that I'm Christian. You might be thinking you are being humble, but let me break it to you that that's not being humble. It's just trying to say that you are just trying to look for an excuse not to represent what you are, and maybe you are not even aware that that's what you are doing. But when I hear people say that, I just see a person that might not really be fully saved or don't understand what the concept of being saved is. Because I know that even in the scripture, when you see people that had met Jesus or just gave their life to Christ or just had a miracle happen to them, they don't know how to keep quiet. They go about and demonstrate, telling to everybody. Let me use the woman at the well as an instance. When she met Jesus and Jesus Christ was saying she should fetch water for him, and she was like, Jews don't talk to Gentiles, how come you're talking to me? And she was talking about how you don't have a pail, so how do I get water for you? And Jesus Christ was saying, I wish you knew who you were talking to. You would have asked me for living water and I will give you. This water you want to give me, I'm just paraphrasing, this water you're about to give me, I will thirst again, but the one that I can give you, when you take it, you will never thirst again. And they began to discuss, and Jesus Christ told her who she is by the time he was asking her about her husband, and how he told her that the one you have at home now is even not your husband, because you have had 5 of them and none of them is yours. Even the one you are with now is not your husband. Have you met someone that would have told you something about you that nobody else knows? And that was the kind of encounter she had with Jesus. And when they finished speaking, she went about telling every man that she met that she has met the Messiah and that she has been saved. So when you are saved and you are saying that you don't have to speak about it, you don't have to demonstrate it, you don't have to show it, there's a question about your being saved. Because if you are excited about what you have received, if you really had an encounter, if you really feel like you have gotten the best you could have gotten in the whole earth, you might want to share the news to everyone and anyone that you meet. So let me read. And again, this is best to say that I know that you are aware, or let me assume, or let me just say to you, I don't know if you are aware that you didn't just come from heaven down to the earth. No, you are aware that God sent you here to wherever part of the world you are, and he sent you for a purpose. And if he did that, as much as you say that God knows your heart, my question to you is, do you know God's heart? Have you ever thought to wonder what God's mind is, and what God's need is, and what God's heart for you in the earth is? So sometimes when we think of, oh, God knows my need, God knows my wants, give me my needs, Lord, meet me at the point of my need. The question I have for you today is, have you ever thought what God's need is? That you gave your life to Christ and he left you on the earth means that he's leaving you here for a reason. So there is something about you, there is a purpose for your life here on earth. So I'm going to tie this to say that when a person mentions or says that they don't want to be vocal about what they have believed, they are quiet about it, that God knows their heart, it shows that this person, yes, might be born again, but have not come to the realization of the fact that their life is a purpose, and that there is a purpose you are to live here on earth. And I'll just read a scripture to you that has always been one of my favorites, but the trajectory of this scripture changed for me when I saw it in the Message translation. So I'm going to read the King James, the one that everyone is familiar with, and then I'll read it in the Message translation. And that's Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 to 16. I'm sure some of you already know what is there, but let me read Matthew chapter 5 from verse 13. Matthew 5:13. It says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? If it is then good for nothing, but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men." It says, "You are the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill." And again, this is encrypted in red, so it's a statement from the mouth of Jesus directly. It says, "You are a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to those who are in the house." It says, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." It says, "Let your light." Don't forget the previous verses talk about how it's not possible to put on a light and put it under a table or a bushel and hide it. No, nobody hides light. You bring it out so that it can shine, right? It says you are light. So the fact that you are saying that you don't have to expose who you are, God knows your heart, it means you have not yet understood who you are. It says you are light. You are salt. You are supposed to give flavor. So if you are hidden, or if you are not found, there is no way you can give what it is that you don't have until you are seen and open. So it says, "Let your light shine." It says, "Allow your light to shine." So there is a light inside of you that you are supposed to allow to shine. But the question is, do you even know? Are you even aware that you have light? Are you aware that you have a light in you? And let me just say this before I read the Message translation, that the light in you can only be found, and that's the purpose of God in you that is expected to be shown to the world. You can't know it or know it as much as you should unless the one who made you and put that light in you exposes it to you. And you need to ask him, "Lord, you made me, you sent me here. Now you have saved me. What next? What have you saved me for? How am I supposed to demonstrate this light? And who am I supposed to demonstrate this light to?" And that's what he's saying. But let me read the Message translation for you, and you'll be amazed. Matthew 5:13 to 16 in the Message. It says, "Let me tell you who you are." Okay, no, sorry. Matthew 5:13 to 16. It says, "Let me tell you why you are here." So if you are a Christian, let me read this for you. Jesus is talking to you, right? "Let me tell you why you are here. You are here to be salt seasoning that brings out the God flavors of this earth. If you lose your saltiness, how will people taste godliness? You have lost your usefulness and you will end up in the garbage. Here's another way to put it. You are here to be light, bringing out, not hiding in, bringing out the God colors in the world. God is not, this is my best part of this. It says God is not a secret to be kept. We are going public with this. Are you willing to go public with this? As public as a city on a hill. It says, "If I make you light bearers, you don't think I'm going to hide you under a bucket, do you?" It says, "I'm putting you on a light stand." So God is wanting to put you there, but you have to be available. You have to be willing. He wouldn't force you, no. He wouldn't force you. Are you willing for God to put you where you will shine? It says, "I'm putting you on a light stand. Now that I've put you there on a hilltop, on a light stand, shine. Keep open house. Be generous with your life. By opening up to others, you will prompt people to open up with God." So hiding your life, saying my life is my own, is only for me. I'm not about to be showing people. Show people your life in God. I'm not saying show your family or things that are not going to benefit. No, show people the life of God that you are living. It says by opening up with God, by opening your life to others, you prompt people to open up with God. And don't forget that you are here to do something for God. this generous Father which is in heaven. So I would encourage that you go read this portion of the Bible, especially from the Message translation, in your own free time, and just allow God to speak to you through it. See, you are born again, there is a purpose for your life, and if God has something for you to do, nobody in the earth gives value and is not known. So you cannot be in obscurity and be of value. You cannot be in obscurity and be a person of influence. So the more you want to hide, okay, be hiding, but as much as you want to be a person of value, as much as you want to do what God has sent you to do, you should be known, no matter how many people it is that you are of influence to. The desire of God is that you demonstrate your light, allow your light to shine. People can just see your life, see your good works, see your conduct and your character, and decide that they want to serve God. So all this, I'm a Christian, but I don't know how to, I don't want to show it, you are too shy, you are too careful of what people think about you. That's not the call that God has called us to do. That's not the work that God has called us to do. As long as you are doing what God has called you to do, and you are doing it well, and you are being a person of influence, you should shine. It's expected that you shine. It's expected that you demonstrate what God has put inside of you. So let me say to you that the secret to knowing what it is that God has put inside of you for the world is to ask Him. Jeremiah talks about how before I formed you, I knew you and I ordained you. Ask God, before you formed me, you knew me. You are on earth is not a coincidence. You are on earth is not a mistake. There is a purpose why God has put you on earth here. And ask Him. He that brought you here knows the purpose. You have to ask Him for it, and then He will tell you. So stop that I'm a Christian, but everybody does not have to know that I'm a Christian, or I would like to live my life in the simplest form then you are not ready to do what God has called you to do. But stop saying that you want to live your life hidden or in obscurity or in isolation. You don't want to represent God. As little as in your office place, you can represent God there with your character and everything. So that's the misconception I've come to debunk today, and I hope that you really got something from this. Please let me know if you've gotten here. Please don't forget to like the video. Please comment below, let me know what your thoughts is, and share the video to who you think it will be beneficial to. And I'll see you in my next one. If you've not subscribed, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.